it's Romy. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is the January 2020 reading for the sign of Gemini. So if you're a Gemini sun, rising or moon, it's a general reading, but it may resonate for you. If you are enjoying it, you can go ahead and support my work by purchasing the extended reading, and the link for that is in the description box below. Gemini, let's see what January has in store for you. Okay, Gemini, it's January 2020. What is coming out for you as we begin this very powerful, dynamic, changeable month, starting a brand new year? Okay, Page of Cups. So the need for compassion and self-nurturing, I think, is going to be really important as we traverse our way through this landscape. Okay, the month of January holds such potent, powerful frequencies. We're already clearing out a decade. We still have the hangover of 2019 ongoing, and the way you are choosing to speak to yourself, that internal dialogue, so important at the moment, so important, because you are literally stepping into this new time and space. You are becoming the next version of yourself, and you need to handle with care is almost what I want to say, right? All of that 8th house activity that you're still processing, and coming to this powerful point, this conjunction on the 12th, really provoking and pushing you to deal with those aspects of your life that are deeper and rooted in your subconscious, right? So many fears, so much baggage has been shed for you, Gemini, over the last few months. And as we enter into the year of 2020, for me, the energy of this coming through is about how can I be kinder to myself? How can I honor what I have just been through, and at the same time not let it define me? Allow the gift of what it's delivered to me, however challenging it's felt at moments, and be open and lead with my heart as to what this new year is about for me. Okay, so there's an almost like a tenderness that I think is coming in with that Page of Cups that is helping to set the tone, that no matter the chaos and some of the challenging energies that are set to trigger people in lots of different ways through the month of January, right? You are being reminded that you still have the choice of how to speak and treat yourself through all of this. 3 of Cups energy, I think that many of you will be drawing upon that sense of solidarity that you have with people who understand and resonate on the same vibrational frequency that you do, Gemini. This is about you calling in your own soul family, linking to those friendships and people that really matter. There is a lot of water energy to begin this reading, so I feel that you are quite sensitive and being asked to kind of feel your way through. Remember, we've got the 10th of this month, a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Cancer, water sign, and activating your 2nd house. So 2nd house really dealing with your sense of worth, right? And again, you know, we're coming with this full moon to a point of completion and fruition to what began back in that new moon in 2019. So what has the last 6 months taught you about yourself, about your relationship to the things in your life, those material possessions, the things that define how you want to live your life, how you see yourself? You know, this relationship to our external world, and how that meets with the evolving relationship with our spiritual self. You know, that Page of Cups really helping you to unearth new gifts and new awareness and new understanding on your spiritual journey. Beautifully creative energies that are coming in for me with these cards as well, Gemini. I think that you're also very aware. We have the 3rd of January, Mars moving into the sign of Sagittarius in your 7th house, right? So you're very aware of where relationships have either been favorable or have caused you discomfort and imbalance, okay, through the course of 2019. And we're at this point in time through the month of January where there is a distinct and powerful shift and adjustment that is inevitable. It has to take place about how you then decide to move forward with that perspective on what these connections mean to you in your world, right? So for those of you that have been in relationships and come up against challenge after challenge, perhaps you've been in a third-party situation, Gemini. Perhaps there's been some information come to light that's felt not favorable to you. Perhaps there's been guilt attached to that on your part or someone else's. I feel that we are being asked to review the situation because there is change that has to take place. I think for those of you that have felt isolated and alone and unable to connect or find that deep sense of intimacy, there is a highlighting of a lot of what could be understood as your own self-sabotaging tendencies, or where you have repeated patterns that have led you down the same kind of road to the same type of person. And again, we're calling a stop to it. There's like an immediate halt that takes place in the month of January that says, okay, enough. I feel that you are, in some regards, perhaps making plans, okay? But maybe those plans need to be quiet, okay? So if that is the case, you are having to sense and feel your way forward as to whether this situation is honoring you in the right way. And if it is, then what is it that you need to lay out? Because remember, 8th house is very much about that planning, that master plan, the strategy. It's kind of the power play, right? So as we reach that point of conjunction on the 12th, you are being forced to acknowledge if in all of the situations in your life you feel empowered and they are aligned with what you know is for your best and highest self. And are you standing up for yourself? Do you feel heard? Do you feel respected? Do you feel recognized? And this also comes into the work that you're doing right now, Gemini. So we have, in the last couple of readings, seen this wonderful emerging energy of recognition and reward for hard work. And this is set to continue. And actually under that Cancerian lunar eclipse, you may well have some beautiful surprises emerging around the culmination of your efforts and hard work. And again, as we deal with all of that 8th house activity, which links into other people's money, investment, you know, perhaps you'll have the opportunity to expand your vision, expand your world about what's possible, but it's going to take some courage. And there's definitely some hurdles that you may need to overcome, but some of those may be self-limiting, right? They may be parts of you that feel you're not somehow worthy, or to do this would mean a sacrifice in another area of your life that feels problematic to you. Regardless though, the emergence of a combination of you being kinder to yourself, more nurturing, more understanding of what you need, Gemini, in order to thrive, in order to be in an environment that brings out the best of you, okay? Coupled with a courage and a boldness and a sense of being able to overcome anything that is challenging you is, for me, helping to take you to the next level, move you forward, take you beyond any restrictive situation. This is not a month for you to be held back, Gemini. And let's be clear, any situation, any circumstance, any person that represents that limitation, that represents something that doesn't feel quite right, has to get cleared out. Why? Because we need to bring in more balance and harmony and stability to your world. This is about you investing in yourself and in your life in a new way in 2020. And as a result, you are making clear declarations about what's working and what isn't. So on the 11th, Uranus is moving direct in the sign of Taurus. It's been retrograde since August 11th. This is activating your 12th house of endings, closure, that deep healing, but also very spiritual part of us. So you have shed so much of the outdated belief systems and old energies and attachments that have needed to go. And at this point where all of these other planetary alignments are happening in and around the same time, this Cancerian lunar eclipse, the conjunction with Saturn and Pluto, and then this shift with Uranus, it's just giving this absolute moment in time that says, okay, enough. All of this is what has been before. There is a line in the sand. I am now moving forward. I am only resonating and willing to participate and spend my time with those people who understand and see me for who I truly am and for what I represent. I no longer have tolerance for anything that is lower vibe or toxic or sabotaging to the vision that I have for myself. I want to celebrate my life. Beautiful sense of celebration coming in actually in this month of January for you, Gemini. I will say that. So there's definitely much news, accomplishment and information coming to light that's going to help you feel really good. But this is about you also saying, I'm ready to celebrate my life. I'm ready to live my life in a way that feels more authentic and true to who I am. I've fought to get to this point. I've gone through a deep transformation with myself, and now I'm ready to find the environments in which I can thrive. And so for some of you, there may be adjustments. You know, you may be thinking about moving home. You may be thinking about moving environments in terms of where you work or where you spend a lot of your time and who you spend your time with. Okay? There's definitely new connections, new friendships, collaborations showing up for me in this reading. But I think you're going to be quite decisive and very... See, I want to say black and white, which kind of goes against that very mutable energy of yours, Gemini. But I think you've just reached that point. You have reached that point. Knight of Swords. So this could be representative of you. If it is, I think this is you absolutely charging forward. This is just saying, okay, I need my world to transform in the following ways. 1, 2, 3. And then this is where I'm directing 100% of my time, energy, and focus. Let's go. And you know, there's something almost slightly aggressive that comes in for me with that Knight of Swords. But I think that you need that. You need to tap into that slightly masculine energy, because this is what's going to help you just overcome the transitionary energy from 2019 into 2020 that is actually much more harmonious and stabilizing for you, and actually really bringing in a big leveling up. But in order to kind of release that emotional baggage of perhaps where you felt more sensitive, where you felt more vulnerable, you're having to just make a internal choice and for a time just be very clear and concise about what matters and which direction you're moving in. And there's not really a room for a compromise with this, I feel. If this is representative of somebody that you're dealing with, Gemini, I feel that maybe perhaps there's been aspects to their behavior that you're not 100% happy with, right? Maybe they've been a bit reckless with your emotions. Maybe they've been a bit sneaky, or you know, they haven't dealt with things in an upfront, open manner. Regardless, we have this stability and harmony returning and coming back in. But again, only because I feel you're being absolutely almost ruthlessly direct in the this is how I see it and this is what I need. And if you want to be a part of the new life I'm creating for myself, where I am being deeply nurturing, compassionate and kind to what I need in order to feel whole and happy and sustained, then join me if you're prepared to be a part of that. And if you don't have anything to offer, then move along. I don't see you being in the mood to entertain anything other than complete transparency, openness and honesty, because on the 13th of this month we have Venus moving into the sign of Pisces, which activates your 10th house, which is all about commitment and long-term planning. So what you're really looking for right now is somebody who's singing your song, somebody who is able to meet your vision and bring something unique to the table so that you can have that committed, healthy relationship and partnership. And from a work perspective, this is about you finding the things that really nurture your passion, that really sustain you, that really help to tap into that incredibly fast-paced, mercurial, creative, wonderful, inspirational idea and outlook and vision that you have. This is about going where you're celebrated, Gemini. Going where you're celebrated. And I think that the month of January is going to make it really clear on who really respects and honors you and what you have to offer, and where you need to move along if you're not feeling that sense of appreciation. But it isn't like coming in on a sour note for me. I actually feel incredibly empowered and uplifted by it, because I think it's just this complete acknowledgement and understanding that you are actually ready for that change. It's already kind of been brewing for so long, and this is just really the final kind of clearing energy, very cleansing energy that comes in the month of January. Because as we move toward the second half of the month and we come into Aquarius season, for you, this is all 9th house. This is about your worldview. This is about your wishes paying off in terms of that big vision starting to reveal itself. And here we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. So it's like the universe bringing a little bit of synchronicity into your life and saying, yeah, here's where karmically the reward comes good for you, because you chose to honor yourself. You chose to go where you were celebrated, appreciated, respected. You chose to build a more stable, secure environment within yourself, which then has to manifest externally because you were courageous. And now we're going to open the doors for you in ways that you could never quite have expected or imagined. You know, Jupiter moving in the sign of Capricorn throughout 2020 brings in this very grounded, earthy feel. But we have this opportunity presenting itself, right? Ace of Wands. We have the initiation of a brand new pathway that's yours to seize, right? Beautiful run of cards here. It's yours to invite in. Limitless possibility. In your 8th house, this is talking about huge potential transformation in terms of material wealth, in terms of where you're bonding, where you're coming together, you know, where you feel that sense of deep, passionate unity, either in what you're doing, who you're with yourself. I love that Ace of Wands coming in with that fiery burst to just give you the impetus, the motivation, and the idea to capitalize on what I feel Jupiter is opening up for you, right? It's opening the doors to a completely different world for you, Gemini. Are you going to be bold and confident and take it? You're ready to. You're ready to. And you know, if people want to come with you on that journey, you're going to invite them along for the ride, right? You're absolutely happy to not be the lone wolf here. You want to celebrate in that success. But you don't have time for those that have a different agenda or a different motive. This is about lighter frequencies, new energies that are supportive and progressive and transformational, and allowing people to be the best version of themselves. And this is what you're looking for in your relationships, in your work life, in your family environment, where you want to spend your time and energy. There's a theme that's come through in all of these readings about energetic integrity, and I think it's going to be so powerful as we move through this year of 2020, because we can no longer operate in old active vibrations that keep us less than, that keep us limited or held back. Ace of Swords, the truth must come out. You must operate from a place of having that energetic integrity that's wholly aligned into your spiritual journey, who you are at a deeper level, what you've learned and what you've understood about yourself. To try to do anything other than that, to fake a situation or to be around people that feel inauthentic, just won't work for you. It will feel disruptive, it will feel chaotic, and it will impede on your ability to bring peace and harmony into your world. beautiful, powerful ace energy is talking to me about the sense of new beginnings and the potential that's rich and opening up for you through this month of January, when you are clearly aligned with what matters and where you're prioritizing your energy, Gemini. I think this is what you've been seeking, you know, for so much of 2019, Gemini. It's that sense of fulfillment, that intuitive knowing. We link into the moon here, that you are where you're supposed to be and you're who you're supposed to be with. And I think for many Geminis, when it hasn't been in balance, you felt it so profoundly, because that's what all of this 8th house has done for you, especially with Pluto traversing through that aspect of your chart. It's been relentless in saying, you know, we have to face this, we have to deal with this, we have to acknowledge this, we have to let go of this. And it's been arduous, it's been an arduous climb, but you're at the point now where you get to see the fruits of your labor, and you get to feel a sense of real accomplishment and fulfillment about how you've showed up for yourself. This is what I see. And you know what? There's almost an element of surprise, because when I look at the figure here, right, and I see this representative of you as your guide for this month, okay, she does look surprised at what's being reflected and shown back to her. But this is in the best possible way, because this is the vibrancy, this is the luck, this is the fortune that's leaping towards her. But this is because of the work that you've chosen to do. So you don't have time or space for anything that isn't wholly embracing of what you need to feel fulfilled. You know, there's that quote that says about, you know, you can be the juiciest peach in the world and you're still not right for somebody. And I think there's also something about that coming through for you, Gemini. You know, this is a month when you get really clear on saying, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, that's totally okay. You can move out of my, you know, out of my energy, out of my circle, because I want to draw people in who are resonating and vibing with me in this new lighter frequency that I've worked hard to create for myself. Yeah? Yeah, beautiful. Realization. I guess for me, the realization is that you've always had the key to unlock this understanding, this wisdom, that what you've been through, what's been thrown in your path has continuously forced you to go inwards and to dig deep and to traverse these difficult terrains and to literally at times have only the stars to guide you. You have that spiritual kind of deeper faith that says, I think I'm on the right path, or I think I'm doing the right thing. But what it's led to is this moment of you being able to step through a new doorway, moving into a new time and space where the light is coming in now. We're moving out of that period of you feeling like I'm doing this alone, I'm the lone wolf, or I'm in this relationship by myself, or I'm operating in this capacity with very little help or support. All of a sudden, all of that determination, all of that focus is brought you to this point of understanding yourself in a deeper way, this realization of just who you are and what it is that you need to actually feel fulfilled. And that's going to help you to make key adjustments about what you want for yourself and what you want in your life. There's beautiful new energies colliding and coalescing coming in. This is a challenging month, a provocative month, but one that says, I'm not afraid to face up to whatever it's bringing for me. I will meet it with courage, and then I will create a new platform of peace for myself off the back of whatever it has shown me that I need to know. That makes sense? So I hope this has given you some clarity and insight for the month of January, Gemini. This feels really strong, powerful, kind of decisive energies. And I'd like to just see what the clarifying cards are. If you want to join me, we're going to do an extended reading for about 20 minutes or so. Purchasing the extended reading just helps to support my work and the channel, so deeply appreciative for those that would like to join me. So I'm going to clarify the Page of Cups here. We have 3 of Wands. We also have 4 of Cups energy. Okay. Three of Cups coming in with King of Wands. Okay, so is there a fire sign that you're dealing with? A Leo, Sagittarius, Aries? Okay, Hermit. So is there a Virgo energy here? Look into that in a bit more detail as we see Seven of Swords. Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay, Seven of Wands bringing through the Knight of Cups. Linking really powerfully into that fulfillment for me, that Nine of Cups energy. The World, beautiful central card over the Four of Wands there. Bringing in completion and very linked into that Saturnian energy that we have powerfully moving through January for you. Okay, Seven of Swords coming in again with this Knight of Swords. So perhaps this is somebody that you're dealing with that has been a little bit dubious in their behavior towards you. But you know what? Everything will come out in the wash. Everything's coming to light. Look at this big full moon being illuminated. So whatever you need to know, you'll hear the news of. And that will help you make decisions. But actually, I think you're almost focused somewhere else. Queen of Swords. This could be your energy. Or another air sign, Aquarius or Libra. But I love this as it links into the wheel, because I just think this is about the opportunities you are creating for yourself, Gemini. Okay, Four of Wands coming in again with that Ace of Wands. There's something major that you will be celebrating through this month of January, Gemini. Whether that's happening on an internal or an external, but I do feel it's news coming to you that will cause celebration. Knight of Pentacles coming in with that Ace of Swords. Just pull one more for that. Strength card. Actually, I want to go one more. Page of Swords. There we go. Okay, with fulfillment. Beautiful, the star. Love that. As we're coming into Aquarius energy toward the end of the month, the ruler of the star card there, helping you expand your vision and find contentment. Five of Swords coming in with that realization. That makes sense to me, because I think it is about you understanding where you've limited or held yourself back, where you've just allowed yourself to hold the weight of other people's expectations or other people's stuff. But now you're in this process of shedding so much of that excess energy and that excess weight. Just pour one more with that Nine of Wands. Eight of Wands. Okay. Gemini, if you'd like to join me for the extended, I look forward to continuing this conversation. Otherwise, I wish you blessings for the month of January. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. Take good care. Bye for now.